Hey guys, welcome to another Solopreneur finance tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a budget and expense tracker in Google Sheet. So we are going to head over Google Sheet, then we're going basically to create a new one. So we're going to name that sheet budget and expense tracker, or name it whatever you want. For example, budgeting, expenses, and etc. So I'm going to set up here two actual, as you can see here, columns. And we are going basically to select at least, so I'm going to select here 5 to 6 or whatever you are going to have here, expenses or the specific here object or subject that you're going to put. So I'm going to have here these two. I'm going to put them like that. And we're going to select the filling color of them to something like this. And we're going to select up to 3 ones or columns into this one, and we are going to have a different colors just like that. Now I can go ahead and skip up the first ones and only get those. So I'm going to repeat the step and have then this. So we're going to have them just like that. I think this is maybe slightly better. So we are going to have here the, let's say here the month. We are going to have here the month, for example, of January. And also here we are going to set up the expenses. So here we are going to have the month of January, for example, January. I'm going to select this and make it a little bit bold, and I'm going to increase the characters a little bit and place everything to the middle. So, and then we can go ahead and have maybe the expenses. So we are going to have here expenses or expenses like that. Expense or here, or I'm going to have the resources, and here expenses. Says like that. So I'm going to copy that. It is not going to be the right point, so we are going to have it right there. Now I'm going to select all of this, put it in bold. Also this one bold, increase it a little bit. For this one also I'm going to increase it a little bit for it. Boom, like that. I think that it is going to be like this. Good. Now what we're going to do is to have the base of, or the space of total expenses, for example. And we have here total of the resources. Boom. Now we are going to have here the sum of each one of them. Now what are we going to do basically is to set up the resources. As you can see, we are going to have here, for example, we are going to have a 2000. I'm going to have here all of these. So we are going to put them all from here. I'm going to select this. I'm going to put it as a sum. So we're going to have maybe 500 here. Let's say that we're going to have 650 here, and etc. So we are going to have here monthly, for example, salary, and we are going to have maybe here freelance or side hustle, and we're going to have something like here part-time, let's say part-time job. So we are going to have them like that. These are going to be expenses or the resources. For the expenses, we're going to have here two type of columns. We're going to have the E or this one. I'm going to have it as a drop down. So we're going to head over the insert, and we're going to put here a drop down. I'm going to not for all of these, but these ones, I'm going to insert a drop down. So the option one is going to be maybe here something that is going to be must or obliged. For example, here we are going to have here something that is going to be, let's say here, necessary or food. And we can go ahead and add another food, or not food but item, which is going to be here let's say bills. Now we are going to change the colors of each of them. This one is going to be this light blue. This one is going to be, let's say, a color which is going to be right there. So I'm going to have here the expenses. So I think that I'm going to delete this column, or we can go ahead and have it deleted just like that. Now for the expenses, I'm going to have here maybe also a specific sum for it. So we are going to have it as dollar. Let's say that we are going to have here 200. Here we are going to have 500, and here we are going to have 230. So these are going to be the sums. Now for the specific ones, we're going to have this as maybe the food. This one is going to be for bills, and this one is obliged. Now the total is, for the expenses is going to be a sum. So we are going to do here a specific, let's say here a calculation or formula. So we are going to have let's say here a formula. I'm going to put equal sum. So we are going to have the sum of the expenses. We're going to have select this. It is going to calculate that. Now for the resources, I think that I have made a mistake. So this is going to be well in here. So we're going to type in sum. We're going to select this one, type in here. For this one also, for the expenses, we're going to have the sum. Also, we are going to select the D. Okay. Now, here we are going to have also the dollar. So we are going to select those. We are going to give them the, as you can see, format as currencies. Now, what can we do basically from here? We are going to create another system, which is going to be a specific system. I'm going to introduce you to it. I'm going to change in here another color, or a better color, the orangey color. This is not an orange, but I think this is better. So now I'm going to divide this to two specific parts. I'm going to have this into this yellowish. So in here, I'm going to have something like goals, and here we are going to have actuals. So I'm going to select that, put it here in this format, and here we have it. Now I'm going to have this specific one deleted. I'm not going to have them. So we are going to set up the, as you can see, the expenses for the food. We're going to have also the bills and the obliged one. So also for this, it is going to be the same one as this. So I'm going to copy and paste them from here and there. So we are not going basically to reset them. Now what I am going to do is going to be a percentage. I'm going to set up before the percentage. I'm going to have the same color as these. So we are going to select these also. I'm going to have the pipe. Boom. Now we are going to set up the percentage and also the total. So let's say that we have the rule of 50, 30, 20. So we are going to have here the from here to there a percentage format, and from here to there we are going to have it the currency format. So I would like to have the 50. We are going to have here the 50 not for food, but we're going to have the 50 for bills, 30 for food. For example, we are going to increase it. The food is going to be 20. The bills are going to be maybe 50. And we're going to have the obliged, which is going to be 30. So the total in here is going to be percentage. So I'm going to give them the percentage. This is all wrong, so we are going to have them right there. So 50, I'm going to have 30, 20, and the obliged is going to be 50. So something like that. Now, here we are going to set up the actuals now. What I'm going to do in the next ones is going to be a specific calculation. So we are going to use a formula. We're going to click on equal. I'm going to select the total resource. So we are going to have here something added in here. So I have already set up things. So please go along. I'm going to type in equal again, and we are going to select the total resource multiplied by the food, and we are going to have it just like that. Also, for the second one is going to be multiplied by this. So I'm going to click on here, multiplied by this amount. We're going to have this also is going to be multiplied, or the source multiplied by this amount. Boom. Now, for the actuals, we're going to have something more different. So I am going here to have the specific case, which is going to be the money or the currency case. I'm going to double tap on it. I'm going to click on equal or setup. And then we're going to select a new format or a new formula, which is going to be sum if. So we are going to have if, and then we're going to select the E category or the specific, as you can see, categories for drop downs. We're going to select this. We're going to put here a comma. Now we're going to select one of the categories. For example, here we have three: the food, the bills, and the obliged. We're going to set up the food like that. And then we're going to have also another comma, and we're going to set up the sum range, which is going to be the D column. So we are going to have the total of the food. Normally here it is going to work, but as you can see, the setup is going to be empty, so we are going to regulate that. The only problem that was in here on the formula was, as you can see here, the two brackets in here. You should set them right there. Now I'm basically going to copy that formula and paste it for the other ones. So as you can see, the food has been regularized. So we are going to paste in here the same formula, sum if, but here, instead of food, we are going to have something like bills. So we are going to have bills. We're going to see that it is going to give us here the right one. So I'm going also to do that for the last one, but the category is going to be obliged, for example. And I'm going to have it just like that, and it is going to give us the total. Here we have the, as you can see, the sum. Now for the percentage, it is going to calculate the percentage from the either the expenses or the resources. So I have decided to use the total of the resources. So what are we going to do is to click or double click on the column, click on equal. I'm not going to use here a formula, but I'm going to select here, as you can see, the sum of the food that we have here, and we're going to divide it by the total resource. So we are going to have it just like that, and it is going to read up that it is going to be a percentage. So we are going to do the same thing, equal. We're going to select that, and we are going to here duplicate it from the total resources. Here, as you can see, the same thing is going to be right there. So we are going to have here the sum divided by here, and boom. As you can see, we are going to have this percentage. And with that, we have selected the January, as you can see, budget and also expenses. You can go ahead and add this specific one. We're going to have January put up in here. You can add February, you can add March, or whatever you want. So you're going to have everything set up from the first one. That was pretty much it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed the content. And if you find this video helpful, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.